I think my good friend and colleague David Iannucci, who's been here before, always tells a story about how transformative it was for Northern Virginia when FDR picked the Department of War to go where the Pentagon is now. Well, this is the same sort of transformative move that could exist if Prince George's County would be chosen for the FBI to be the future home. I mean, it's not just something that impacts the county for the next 20 years or 30 years, but we're talking for generations ahead.
We thought we would know by now where they're going to build, right? I mean, it's no.
I think the process has been sort of mostly going on along the timeline. We've always heard 2016 for a decision, sort of date or year. So the process has been moving along, and especially for a federal government process, which goes through the checks and balances of Congress, and of course the GSA, as well as the FBI being involved. The process has been sort of moving ahead, and from the county perspective, it has really been for the last. Remember, this came out in 2012, December 2012, when it was first announced that the FBI may be moving or looking to move. That Prince George's County has been completely so well organized in terms of looking at what we had available, looking at what the FBI would need, and not just the county, but then it was expanded to the entire state. So
you got the governor on board.
Well, remember, we had Governor O'Malley and then Governor Hogan, so bipartisan support. Our good friend in Montgomery County, County Executive Ike Leggett, even at a panel that you moderated last week in Montgomery County, even Mayor Bowser, understood the need for the FBI to go to the suburbs. So you can see that there's this momentum that is going towards Prince George's County, and this decision, if it comes to Prince George's County, will be probably Rushern Baker's one of his biggest legacies if we succeed in this.
I think it was around this time of year, correct me if I'm wrong, when the whole issue along Piscataway Drive happened, and that just sort of seemed to come out of nowhere, and a lot of people affected, forced out of their homes, and then the subsequent issues of who's responsible for the fix for shoring up this property that I guess had, there must have been something happening under the soil that no one could detect ahead of time, but it was clearly an enormous and complicated issue.
Yeah.
Once it all happened.
Yeah, I mean, you said the word complicated, which I think last time I was on your show was about 18 months ago talking about this issue, and I probably used the word complicated 19 times in that interview because it was geologically complicated what happened. It was the liability and the legality of who owns what, and the slope was private property, the road was public. Also, just this neighborhood, to remind folks, was it's a great neighborhood. It's Piscataway Hills, part of the Fort Washington community. It's right along the Potomac. It's a wonderful community, great houses right near the water. But to many of the houses that were impacted, there was a one-lane road that was taken out. So for the last 18 months, we've had citizens who've had their lives, uprooted and impacted, including again some of the residents. We had to work with our partners in the federal government to find the money to make sure that they were bought out. The houses on the slope.
People had to move.
Five of the houses had to move. I believe that 5 of the houses, but the rest of the houses that were not directly impacted by the slope, but their road was cut off, we saved that community. And so for the holiday season, this community, which is a wonderful community who is very engaged and was very patient with us, finally has their community back together.
New police chief in Prince George's County. I only have 10 seconds for you to say one thing about the new chief.
I mean, the new chief new Chief Stawinski is going to continue the excellent work of Chief McGaw. Year after year, you're seeing crime decreases in Prince George's County. It's one of our best accomplishments of our administration, and it's going to continue. We're staying in-house. Mr. Baker wanted to stay in-house, and we have great leadership.
And McGaw has a new title in the public safety
and we
area.
get Chief McGaw in our office, so we get to keep his experience and wisdom, and there was also some changes in Mr. Baker's office. So same people, doing the same great job for Prince George's County residents.
Happy holidays, Scott Peterson.
Happy holidays
for coming in. Back with the program now.